So welcome back to BubbaChuck14, and here's what you need to know if you want to get the Infinity Saga Ironman Mark III. And so here's the Ironman Mark III of the Infinity Saga from the Marvel Studios in its packaging. So it's Marvel Legends series. So the Infinity Saga is bringing us all the iconic characters from the first Marvel Cinematic Universe movie that started it all, Iron Man, until the most recent movies. So there's a lot of characters that are highlighted in the Infinity Saga. And before we take a detailed look at the packaging, and if it's your first time here, click on the subscribe button and click on the bell icon so you can be notified of any new updates, new videos of my channel. Give this video a thumbs up and all the good stuff. And now back on with the video. The side of the box, you see that awesome artwork as well as the Avengers logo over here. So different characters from the Infinity Saga. So I'm very curious because if you see here, you have a artwork of Captain America and the Hulk, and then if you see on the other side, there's different characters in the middle, but you still see the same Captain America and the Hulk. So I'm very curious why there's two of them on both sides, and then on the bottom there's not much. And then on the top of the box you have the Iron Man logo and the Iron Man Mark III. And then on the back of the box you have an awesome poster of Iron Man that is very reminiscent of the first Iron Man movie over here. And then you have the readout if you want to read. Just pause the video if you want to read that. And that's it for the packaging, and I'm really excited to take a look at this awesome figure of Iron Man because it's got a lot of accessories as well. So let's take Iron Man out of the box. So here's Iron Man Mark III out of the box, and this is my favorite Iron Man armor of all time. I don't know why, but it's just how it looks and how special that first movie was for me, that I really love how this armor looked. This one just looks so awesome, and it looks so much like in the vintage comics. So let's take a closer look at this guy. So taking a look at that Tony Stark or Robert Downey Jr. face, it really looks awesome. It's not perfect, but it's a really close match at how he looks like. This is how he comes in the box. He's got two heads. He's got this open visor mask, and then he's got this closed Iron Man head, and we'll show that off later. And then you see the chest. So taking a look at his chest, you see the arc reactor there, really great looking arc reactor. You see the blue hues and the white in the center. It really evokes that sense that the arc reactor is powering up the suit. And you see these arms, and it's really nice because the shoulder armor is movable, so you can have a great articulation with the arms. And then you see the legs, and then the feet, really great sculpting, really great paint details with this Iron Man. Then his back, it's really great. The only thing missing from this figure is that the flaps. I wish the flaps would open up just like in the movies. Before we take a look at his accessories, let's take a look at this guy's articulation. So the head is on a ball joint, so you can earn 360. Can look up that much, so when he's flying it doesn't help that much. So you need the ab crunch really to help him in the flying poses. He can look down that much. And then the shoulders, which are really nice because this shoulder pad that I've said is movable, so it moves with the shoulder when you turn it around 360, and it's tight as well, as you can see there. Then it moves out that far. You have a bicep swivel as well, and then the arms have 90-degree bend. You have swivel on the fist, can move up and down as well, as you can see there. And then you have the ab crunch that I've mentioned. There's no swivel at the waist. Then the feet can kick forward that far, kick backward that far. You have double jointed knees, which I really love on this figure. Double jointed knees really helps with a lot of poses for this awesome figure. And then ankle rocker joint left to right, and then can move up and down a little bit. The toes have no articulation, and that's it for articulation. So this guy is a really awesome figure. So, as I've mentioned, he's got this Iron Man head, which is a closed helmet, and as you can see there, it's unfortunate there's no blue on the edges of the eyes, just like what's in the poster. You can bring back the box over here. So as you can see here, there's a little bit of blue, which is not on the actual helmet. And then that's it for the head. The paint is really great. There's no smudges on mine. And then there's just some marbling on the red plastic. So you can see there. So you can replace the head. You just pull it off. As you can see, there's a dumbbell joint. Then there's a ball joint over here for the head. And then just pop on that Iron Man head. And then it's got still the same articulation. Then it really doesn't look up that much. So when you have him in the flying poses, you have to articulate the ab crunch as well, so he can be in flying poses like this. And then for this arm, it's really awesome because if you've seen the movie, then you'll know that a lot of the playability factors of the accessories play into his accessories over here. So first off, you have this small rocket launcher or missile pods that will snap onto this arm. So what you do is you pull this off. So this is just a red cover, and then you can see there's a peg hole on his arm, and this one can attach onto it like this. So you can reenact that scene in the movie where he just aims these missiles at that tank and then shoots the missiles from his arms and blows the tank up. Really awesome. And then one of the accessories as well is the shield. So the pop-up shield that connects to his arm as well. So in the latter part, or when he fights the Ironmonger, and then he has this exposed face. But in the movie, it wasn't just the face that was exposed. He had his whole that exposed. So he was running out of weapons to fight the Ironmonger. So he had to activate the shield to cover up his face from the Ironmonger's attack. So that's what that shield is for. So, and then last accessories that he has are these open palms, which would take off the fist. So you just peg the open palm. So this is just the open hand, so you can have the repulsor blast pose when he's shooting repulsor blast from his fist. So you can have both hands with the open repulsor. So that's the only quality issue with mine, is that this one is a little bit loose and this one's okay. So you can have him firing up the repulsor blasts like this. Now that you've seen all the accessories, it's time for some size comparisons and Avengers Assemble. For an Iron Man Hall of Armor comparison, you have the Ironman Mark 47 from Spider-Man Homecoming. And then I have the Ironman 50 from the Infinity War. So that's how they look like. So with the reds, I really like how this red looks like. And then this one, and then this one. And then as you can see here on the eyes of the Mark 50, you have the blue paint on the eyes. So which is why I was questioning it wasn't on this new figure, just on this old one as well. And then for some more armor comparisons for Iron Man, here is the War Machine Mark I, and my favorite War Machine of all time. And then you have the War Machine 6 as well, which is really bulky. So that's the Hall of Armors of Iron Man suits that I have in my collections. And now you know what time it is. It's time for Avengers Assemble. So first we've got Nick Fury. And then of course the Black Widow, who appeared in Iron Man 2. So these were the first Avengers. And then you have Captain America, Steve Rogers, and you have Thor. So this is the new Thor. I don't have the old one. And then you have Bruce Banner, the Hulk. And then I have Ronin or Hawkeye. And those are the first Avengers in the MCU, and I really love how this group looks like. After the first 6 Avengers, and here is the rest of my collection of the Avengers MCU cast from all the movies. So I'm very happy to add the Iron Man Mark III to my collection. It will be my main Iron Man, and thank you very much. And who's your favorite Avenger of all these? If you have any of these figures, which one is your favorite? Comment in the comment section below. And thank you for hanging out with BobaChuck14. And stay tuned for next video. And let's talk about the Iron Man Mark 85 and Thanos from the Avengers Endgame. So thank you guys for hanging out with me. Give this video a thumbs up. Share this video and comment below. And let's talk about the Avengers MCU Marvel Legends.